Behind the opening credits, we watch a crowd of Puritans chasing a woman screaming something about a witch.
A witch! She chokes me! She possesses my soul!
You see what the witch does. She is an instrument of Satan.
Those screaming little girls are their evidence that this woman is a witch and she's doing something to them. On their word and nothing else, this guy is determined to kill the witch.
Be these accusations true, Abaya Folger?
I'm as innocent as an unborn child.
You are a witch!
I am a victim. I am a victim of thy daughter's imagination, Reverend Paris.
The witch stabs me with her eyes!
She's not even looking at them, she's looking up. This guy is on a power trip and so is his kid.
Seize her!
No. I'm innocent. Please. Please, I'm innocent. Oh, the Lord help me.
Bat's breath.
There is your angels, lady. Good luck.
Behold the power of God, Satan. You are impotent in the face of our Lord.
Your power of God doesn't seem to be having much effect on them, Reverend. Maybe they're not Satan. But of course, you don't understand where they came from, therefore they're Satan. You're another one of those guys who give preachers a bad name.
Please help me. They'll kill me.
Take them! Come on, kid! Run! The devil into the rock!
It's obvious Bogg has never watched a TV show or movie, or he'd know never go up. They always go up, and it never works. Do not go up. He's going up.
This cave leads somewhere? I'm not sure. Mom?
So she's not sure. You got a better idea? Burn!
Instead of burning them, you take a bath. You probably haven't had one since last spring.
Hey, it looks like a passageway around the...
She's not sure where the cave leads, but they are.
What's the date?
November 13th, 1692. Friday?
It is.
Figures.
November? Bob, we studied this last year in school. The last Salem witches were hung in September 1692.
The lady says, I don't know what school you went to, but this is just the beginning. Tomorrow they'll hang me because I denounced these trials and those vile little girls who started it all. They'll hang Bogg and Jeffrey because they dress funny.
Those screaming kids from last night?
Yes. My teacher said it was like rock and roll. A way that kids rebelled against their parents, and the strict way the Puritans lived.
This version's a lot deadlier.
It's time for the, trial.
Are you denying that you fell from the sky?
It seems to me the angels fall from the sky.
And do angels wear such immodest clothing?
Told you. He says, angels don't dress like that or talk different. How he knows this, I would really like him to explain. Nobody ever asks that question in these shows or in real life. But they've got a good frenzy going, fueled by those girls who keep screaming and carrying on.
If this is not the work of Satan, then God is not in his heaven above.
Then you'd better become an atheist, dude, because that's the work of science.
Agents of Satan. Agents of Satan!
How does that prove it? What does it do? What is it? The fact that you don't know proves that you're ignorant. It doesn't prove anything about them. But as I said, they have a good mad going, and by God, they're going to kill somebody. Who cares if they're innocent or not? And now Bogg and Jeffrey are in trouble. Of course, they're not allowed a word of defense. The judge sentences Abaya to hang. He'll be merciful to Jeffrey.
The boy is hereby ordered to Duxbury Prison, where he is sentenced to spend the remainder of his days on earth.
No!
He is additionally sentenced, as is the witch, to watch your death.
He saved the best for last. At midnight, they'll burn Bogg at the stake. If you watch this guy's face, he's getting off on it. As with some other things, the cruelty is the point. On the way to the stake, we may be finding out why they landed in this particular spot at this particular time.
I think I shall never see Josiah again.
Josiah?
Josiah Franklin, my betrothed. He's a candle maker from Boston.
Franklin?
I wonder when he'll hear of this.
Benjamin Franklin, Bogg.
Josiah.
Josiah Franklin was a candle maker in Boston. He and his wife, Abiah, had a son, Benjamin.
They already met Ben Franklin and helped him fly his kite, so we know she's going to escape. The question is how. Right now, Bogg is up to his elbows in fire.
Will Satan help you, devil? All you need is talisman to set you free. Burn, devil, burn! Burn, devil, burn! Burn, devil, burn!
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in their theology, the devil rules over a hell that's basically a pit of fire. If he's really a devil, what makes them think fire will do anything to him? You'd think water would be more logical, but who said anything these guys ever did was logical? Naturally, they pronounce it the power of Satan. It couldn't possibly be the power of God saving innocent people from their stupidity, even though it's happened twice now. These guys are really slow on the uptake.
Who are you?
I am Harry Houdini, and I don't believe any of this.
Then, what do you want of me?
I want you to give me a sign.
Tell you what, how about 2 for the price of 1? A big one and one of equal or lesser value.
Something will get me out of here. Where did they come from? Please get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Boston, 1924. Green light.
It's not going to stay green, though, because their appearance has convinced Harry Houdini that this lady medium is the real thing. It doesn't help when Bogg grabs the Omni and vanishes them out of there. They land in Baltimore, 1814, where Francis Scott Key just dropped the little poem he was writing about the shelling of Fort McHenry. Jeffrey returns it to him, then it's back to Houdini.
Stay where you are. Who are you?
Jeffrey Jones and Phineas Bogg.
What do you want?
I want to see Harry Houdini.
Stay where you are.
I don't think that's necessary.
I used to use a shadow box like that to make Santa Claus appear at Christmas parties, and that's not even a good sheet of glass. Houdini is convinced that she can conjure up real ghosts, so tomorrow he's giving a press conference to announce that he's giving up magic, illusions, escape tricks, all of it.
There's going to be a rebirth of mentalism because of this, and I'm going to be the richest and most famous one of all.
Houdini was about to ruin her, then they dropped in. She's very grateful. He's thinking, Mr. Hexam must have a contract like Bob Crane had in Hogan's Heroes.
Excuse me. Where is he?
Houdini? He's at his hotel back in town. But we can't let him see either one of you now, can we?
Wouldn't think of it.
To make sure they stay out of sight, she's posted a couple of goons outside the room to keep them there. Apparently she's not that grateful.
Oh, I don't know what this is, but I'll hold on to it for a while until I find out. Great kisser.
He's had plenty of practice, and he needs to either start carrying that thing in his pocket or put it on a leash. Out the window, they see Houdini walking with the lady. They just need for him to see one of them, so it's time for a plan. Jeffrey is a kid, and he's been locked up in there a long time.
All right.
I hope his head isn't the same shape as that hat.
One at a time. Kid first. Okay, kid.
With a little help from Bogg, he's several steps ahead of the goons.
Mr. Houdini! Mr. Houdini! Mr. Houdini! Mr. Houdini!
It's the boy.
It's me, the kid from last night. I'm not a ghost.
So you aren't. I'm certainly a fool.
Houdini says, by this time tomorrow, the whole world will know what a fraud you are. She says, I think not.
By this time tomorrow, you and your little ghost here will be gone.
She's gonna step too far over the line, so now she'll resort to murder. She's going to bury the three of them in a well where they'll never be found.
It is customary for magicians to pass on their tricks before they die. Now, do you want to tell me about this? I push the button and nothing happens.
I thought you were more sophisticated than that. It's just a prop. Just part of the illusion.
She puts it in her pocket. If you can't see what's coming, you don't know Bogg.
You really are a great kisser.
Down they go. Her men put the lid on and bury the whole thing under about 3 feet of dirt. Houdini says, I can't get us out of this one. Bogg can't stop laughing.
It's crazy.
No, he's not. What he is a great kisser.
Trust me, Harry, if he explained it to you, your head would explode. Margaret is holding a seance for him. Where is Houdini? Is he with the spirits on the other side?
Speak to us.
What do you want of me?
We are trying to find someone. Are you able to help us?
Who are you seeking? Give me a name.
Houdini. Where is Harry Houdini?
No, he's right there on the table. You called? Not only is Margaret exposed, she's under arrest for attempted murder. Let's go back to Salem and save Ben Franklin's mother. The bloodlust is still running high since they didn't get to hear Bogg scream in agony, so they're going to hang Abaya now.
Where are your devils now, witch? Why aren't they here to save you?
You mean like that? For reasons I can't possibly fathom, they climb up that same ledge toward that same cave, so that same guy orders those same other guys around to that same other side. That's the other end of the cave. It looks like the interior of the Death Star.
Come on, we gotta do it before they get around the rock.
Do what? It'll take us through. Oh, no.
1, 2.
How far can they swim underwater, and where does that go?
Where did they go? You have them. It appears the devils are gone.
But I want to kill somebody! Daddy!
Okay, come on out.
Are they gone?
For the time being. That was a good trick, kid.
Thanks. I saw it once in a movie.
I've tried it. It works. I wasn't running from anybody. My nephews and I saw it in a movie, found a place with some nice reeds, and gave it a shot. It's a handy trick to know if you're ever being chased by goofballs with buckles on their hats. The Omni is still red because they haven't stopped the trials, even though they saved Abaya.
Too bad you could not bring back those who have already died.
Something, Abby? Maybe we can.
It'll take some doing, but they can set it up.
Are you certain we're safe here?
Believe me, this is the last place on earth they'd look.
Where do you want these, Bogg?
By the altar.
The Puritans spend the day conducting a house-to-house search for the witch and her devils and find nothing.
My very daughter says the devils were aided by yet another witch in this town. and that be the reason for not finding them.
Be that true, young Betty?
First, how would she know this? Second, how many of you recognize the very young Shannon Doherty? Get well, girl. You can beat that cancer.
Who desecrates this house of the Lord?
You, Reverend Noyes. You are the one who desecrates this house of the Lord. That child knows no witches, only in her imagination.
Who are you, Vision?
Goody Esty! The Vision is Mary Esty, killed this June past. I recognize her cloak.
Reverend Parrish refuses to believe it.
This vision is the work of Abaya Folger and her devils. The witch has infected the very church.
Silence, children! It is the imaginations of these children that have infected the church, Paris.
Giles Corey, the farmer.
Silence, children, is something someone should have said to those girls a long time ago. When Giles Corey was accused of witchcraft, he refused to enter a plea. Under the law, they couldn't try him. So to force a plea out of him, they stripped him naked, laid him down on a bare floor, put some huge boards on top of him, and started piling rocks on top of the boards. It was known as pressing, and it was a form of torture to extract a confession out of someone. Except in his case, it worked too well, and after 3 days of it, he died. I'm guessing they took that as a confession.
How much longer will you listen to their screaming voices instead of the voice of reason? How many more innocent people will you allow to be murdered?
Innocent? Corey, you gave no evidence.
Was I given a chance, Reverend Noyes?
Or I? What chance does an old woman stand against the pew of young girls?
I love that the other guy's name is Reverend Noyes. He seems to think he has to live up to it all the time.
There are no witches in Salem. There never were.
Santa Martin?
Tell them, Betty. Abigail.
Under duress from the spirit, the girls admit they made it all up. There never were any witches, and they're so sorry and give me a break. These girls sat and watched people murdered on their word and their word alone. They did nothing to stop the killing of innocent people. In fact, they encouraged it. This was a game to them, and it didn't matter if people died horribly. You know that prison you were going to send Jeffrey to? I think they belong there. It's all wrapped up except for fulfilling Jon-Erik Hexum's contract again.
Bogg, remember Josiah in Boston.
I always enjoy Jeffrey's expressions more than the kissing scenes, mostly because I can't participate in the latter. It's time to go, but before they do, Jeffrey has one more question.
Yes? How'd you do that lady ghost over in the corner? I thought you were in the alcove with me.
I was in the alcove with you.
Yes, we had to go there. It's in the guidebook.